as we continue to see case counts rise to record levels here in the United States, as well as globally, some alarming signs. We are joined by our Anjalee Khemlani, who as always is tracking the latest numbers for us. Good morning.
Good morning, Julie. Unfortunately, we are starting to see really that concerning climb that experts had been warning about, especially after we learned about Omicron. The U.S. is now reporting 488,000 cases in one day, nearing that 500,000 mark, and projections say it could easily reach 1 million per day pretty shortly. Meanwhile, we know that the average has shifted as a result, so the weekly average is now over 300,000 per day, and those two numbers are records, new records for the U.S., really surpassing the peak earlier this year, which we saw in January, which had 300,000 per day cases days. But so now we're really past that and climbing even further. We know that because of shortages of tests as well, experts are warning that this could be an undercounting. Meanwhile, because we're on that climb, Dr. Anthony Fauci did say in an interview recently that he's seeing the likelihood of this wave peak by the end of January. And that is based on what we saw in South Africa. If you recall, it took a few weeks for it to sort of peter out, but we've seen it sort of on the decline there, specifically from the Omicron wave. We have to remember that also in the U.S., we do still have Delta pretty widely circulating, even as Omicron is the major factor. Meanwhile, we also got some news out of South Africa about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, 2 doses offering 85% protection against the virus. And that is a little bit higher than the 2 doses of Pfizer, based on another report from South Africa. So that's pretty promising and really important, especially there, as Johnson & Johnson is a major vaccine being used over there compared to the U.S., where we know the mRNA vaccines are the dominant ones. This is sort of interesting to see, especially after we know the CDC recently preferred mRNA vaccines based on concerns over blood clots for some individuals. But in other parts of the world, really that vaccine is a major factor. So it's really interesting to see that and to see how this continues as the pandemic plays out.